Hi, everybody. Dr. Zach here, and I wanted to take just a quick minute and share a little takeaway I had from a conversation yesterday. And I was talking to a gal. She was sharing her story about how she'd overcome cancer. And during the latter part of her cancer treatment, she had gotten some test results back that were a little suspect. And so she had to go back to the oncologist and to have more tests run. And so during this time, she was a little apprehensive. She was at church and just went forward to get some prayer. And the gal that prayed for her didn't know any of the history, didn't know what was going on with her, but as she was praying, she just sensed God saying the words to her, "It's just scar tissue." And so she told that to the gal she was praying for. It's just scar tissue is what God keeps saying to me, so I don't know what that means. But anyway, the gal that was being prayed for felt this sigh of relief that, okay, she was going to go and the doctor was going to say, yeah, what we found was just scar tissue, and it's really inconsequential. It's not a problem or a concern. As it turns out, she goes back to the oncologist, and that's indeed what happened. So this gal went back to the gal that prayed for her and shared with her this story. And the gal that prayed said, wow, I'm really glad you shared that with me, because the last thing that I wanted to do is to give you false hope. And that concept of false hope struck me. I actually stopped and paused on that comment and thought, false hope. The fact that there is false hope tells us that there's also true hope. So I started digging into this word hope, and I think that we've kind of come to this place where we think of the word hope as really kind of a desperate plea that something bad won't happen, right? Or something that we don't want to happen. I hope it doesn't rain today. I hope that you don't get bad. I hope. And so it's really something where it's not something that's grounded in a lot of faith, but it's more of a desperate plea that something bad doesn't happen. So I started looking up the word hope, and it's actually in the Old Testament of the Bible dozens of times, and throughout the New Testament as well. And the word hope actually has to do with trust, and that it's not something where it's just an impotent thought, but it's actually a commitment to, or a belief in, a trust in, it's faith that there's going to be a positive outcome. It's a hopeful expectancy. So we're expecting something good. So that means that we can kind of avoid bad things and try not to get false hope, or we can take and we can pursue true hope. And I think that the ultimate outcome of this, it depends upon what are we putting our hope in. And in our last healing school, we went through and reviewed a book called Anti-Fragile. And this book, Anti-Fragile, is based upon the concept that as we go through difficult times, that it can potentially make us stronger. We go to the gym and we get a workout in, we break down our muscles, they come back stronger. We break a bone, and where the callus forms over the break, it actually is the strongest part of the bone. That people who go through really difficult times, for every one that comes back and struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder, somebody else comes back with post-traumatic growth. And they increase their empathy, their ability to adapt and to be emotionally strong and stable through difficult times. And so with that is that we can have false hope, and that false hope is one that actually takes and makes us more fragile. We can have true hope, and that's one that makes us anti-fragile, where we become stronger through the trials. And so as we press into this next healing school workshop, we're going to be digging deeper and deeper into how do we take and anchor ourselves into true hope. And if we've learned anything over the last couple of years, it's that we can choose where we're going to put our hope. We can put our hope in pharmaceutical companies and politicians and all of the people that are in places of authority or that have a voice of influence. We can put our hope in Bill Gates and his ability to come up with synthetic breast milk and fake meats, and to vaccinate the world to actually hopefully save humanity when eugenics is what his history is all about. Or we can put our hope in this amazing innate, inborn, adaptive immune system that we have that's constantly paying attention to what's going on all around us and is providing opportunities for us to grow and to expand and become more robust and more resilient in our life and in our health. So I would encourage you to take and think about what are you putting your hope in today. And if you haven't been to our healing school, you need to come. It's the second Wednesday of every month. And this Wednesday, we're going to be kicking off discussing how do we take and make sure that our hope is anchored in the right things, and how do we take and increase the expression of that innate healing power that's inside of us. Hope this will give you some good things to think about today. Make today a great one. Till next time, this is Dr. Zach. God bless you.